Name, image, and likeness. It's abbreviated as NIL, but for high school athletes in Delaware, it could mean MONEY. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with a massive shakeup on the horizon for high school athletes here in the first state.
The Delaware Interscholastic Athletics Association is considering opening up name, image, and likeness rules for high school athletes. Now, sports fans have become increasingly familiar with the term NIL the last few years.
Coast TV's Charles Reinert explains what NIL is and how this could change the impact athletes have here in the first state.
Name, image, likeness. Three simple words that are flipping the field in the world of sports.
In essence, what student athletes be able to do is market their own brand.
NIL allows for amateur athletes to make money off of, well, their name, image, and likeness. They wouldn't exactly be getting a check to play on any specific team, but they could get paid through other means, like brand deals or sponsorships. Over just the past few years, we've seen this completely change college athletics. And now the DIAA is seeing if it could work with Delaware high school athletes.
NIL has made massive waves throughout the sports world, and it's gotten a lot of young athletes big paydays. Bronny James, who is the son of LeBron James, is currently making $6 million in his NIL deal, according to Sports Illustrated. Now, that is an extreme case, and he is just one athlete at the University of Southern California, but it does give you an idea of how much money these athletes could be making.
Executive Director David Baylor says the DIAA wants to make sure that if these rules become the law of the land, that the rules are fair.
It keeps the schools out of it, meaning that you can't have a booster funneling money to a student athlete. The school itself cannot create its own clubs and therefore generate money to pass on to student athletes.
Delaware wouldn't be the first state to do this. 30 other states, including Oklahoma, have already opened up NIL for its high school athletes. And the Delaware plan has some of the same guidelines. Baylor says the board understands the reservations that some have, and they want to make sure that if a change is made, it is done properly.
There are some concerns because of the age of our student athletes. We want to make sure there's definitely some supervisory parental involvement in this.
Baylor says all of this is still in the early discussion phase, and the DIAA is actively looking for opinions in a survey you can take online.
The survey is opened up until April 1st. Baylor told me that the hope is the DIAA board will review the results of that survey at their meeting next month. I'm Charles Reinert in Sussex County, Coast TV News.
And this is going to lead us right into the Coast TV poll this evening. We want to know, should high school athletes be allowed to get paid via endorsement? Let's take a look at the results.
Looking at the screen here, it looks like the majority, 87%, saying no, they're too young. This has been the majority of the vote all night long. 11% say yes, it would be fair, and just 2% think it depends on the sport.
Now, you can vote on this if you would like at coasttv.com or use our Coast TV mobile app.